Hello, Westford. 2020 was significant for everyone, but it was also a big year for WestfordCAT. Come take a look at what our station accomplished while everyone was stuck at home.
I'm in.
WestfordCAT continues to be a valuable community service, and we're getting recognized for it. We won a prestigious Mass Creator Award for an episode of WestfordCAT Weekly News, featuring an interview with Principal Lacoste, who was recovering from a sudden accident that left him paralyzed.
But I reached up for the next limb, which was just a little bit higher than I could reach, and as I pulled myself up, I slipped and fell down and landed on another limb, which I believe was the cause of my injury.
Our staff-produced videos also won third place in 2 categories in the 2020 ACM Nor'easter Film Festival. Stormwater Matters was produced by Patty with support from Nick and Steve, and it helped residents understand why it was important for the town to create a stormwater management utility.
The important thing to note here is that what we're watching is times 3,600 structures that we know about in the town, and we're always out mapping additional structures that we're still finding in the town.
Joyce's Main Street Westford was also recognized for an interview with Shamim Benderwala, exploring the perspective of a Muslim woman living in Westford.
We may belong to different religions, but all those religions teach the same thing. And all those religions say, tolerate others. You can have differences, and you can agree to disagree.
Wow, that's pretty great. 2020 was a tough year for everybody. How are the staff doing?
Everyone at the station is doing well. Because of the pandemic, most of the staff have been working remotely, but Sarah and Nick have kept the station open and ready. 2020 was our first year without our long-standing director, Lauren Horton, who left the company at the end of 2019 after leading the station for a decade. We wish her well. Sarah, formerly our marketing and outreach director, has been promoted to executive director. Our news program continues under Joyce, who publishes a news article every weekday, while also finding time to find neighbors with interesting stories for her Main Street Westford series.
I'm interested in knowing the role of the Black woman in this fight. Do you have any information on that?
I think we're affirming that. I mean, we know that many, many Black women were pivotal to making this a success.
This stream of news content is augmented by Patty, who not only works with Joyce to produce our weekly news show, but also produces a wide range of other WestfordCAT programming, from interviews with the Westford Health Director.
I know some towns have sort of decided against having kids trick-or-treating, but the Board of Health gave the green light, and I thought we could talk a little bit about that today.
Sure. So yeah, there's obviously been a lot of talk in a lot of communities about Halloween.
The profiles of local artists featured at the PCA.
I also tie it back to my Celtic background of Celtic witchcraft in my family, and they were all women witches practicing, and that's where I get the inspiration for most of my lady witches.
Nick also supports the news with his camera work, cat tracks videos, and local government updates, while also helping our producers record over Zoom and adapting to the new format of our online government meetings. Steve has continued supporting our technology needs, pushing the limits of our capabilities using new tools and technologies and assisting our producers with their creative work. We also offered paid video production internships to 2 high school students from Westford, Andrea and Austin, as well as a journalism internship for an Endicott College student, Carolyn.
Good. I'm glad to hear the staff are well. And paid internships? That's fantastic. So what about the station's members? Are they happy?
Our membership is holding strong, and we had fantastic community support throughout the last year. We had our first ever online membership meeting in April using the town's committee meeting system, and our members elected a whole new board of directors.
I think we can close the floor to nominations if you feel comfortable doing that, Nancy.
Yes, I think we've given people enough time. We appreciate the input we've gotten.
Say hello to Tom and Sean, returning as our liaisons to the Select Board and School Committee, Susan, Jack, and Marilyn, representing our producers, and Bob, Diane, and Christy, who are all movers and shakers from the Westford community, working with us to fulfill our vision for WestfordCAT as an important place for Westford residents to connect with their community and learn about their town. Christy has taken on the role of president of the board. We're lucky to have such strong support from our members and community partners, and 2020 proved that.
Sounds like the station's in good hands. What about the news?
Our flagship production is still our award-winning news show, WestfordCAT Weekly News, written by Joyce and produced by Patty. We covered a broad variety of local topics, including the opening of a controversial asphalt plant and a school committee locking horns with both its superintendent and its teachers union.
I absolutely agree. You have a First Amendment right to do this.
Correct.
But do this deliberately in a way to shield transparency, call me out, and then here refuse to answer any questions.
Joyce's reporting helped thousands of Westford residents stay grounded with their community through the year's turbulence and informed them about important stories in their community, from absentee ballots arriving at Town Hall to a fire at a multifamily home. We reported on local effects of the global pandemic, and Patty's weekly updates with the Westford Health Director were shared all over social media. This year, we saw more of our posts shared by community members in Westford Facebook groups than ever before.
Wow, there's so much going on. What other shows did you make?
Aside from the news, we've produced a variety of content that helps Westford residents engage in their community. Patty's Adoptable Pet of the Week segment connected our neighbors with cats, dogs, and other pets looking for homes at a time when lots of people wanted to adopt a furry friend.
Joining me today are a few of our adoptable friends. We have Misty, and her friend Butters is exploring.
Joyce interviewed local business owners and our representatives on Beacon Hill.
At WestfordCAT, and it has to do with streamlining the cable-related funds and PEG money that comes in.
Nick supported the schools with videos for students, including a tour of Westford Academy for incoming freshmen.
We're here in the main office, and this is where you can find basically anything you need. And we'll usually have 3 amazing, wonderful administrative assistants who will help you with anything you have.
Steve started making 10-Minute Citizen, which cuts select board meetings down to a digestible 10-minute summary.
Town meeting told us we want you to be in charge of this effort. Making a subcommittee under the Energy Committee removes that direct line of control, and I think town meeting intended.
We covered interesting people, places, and events around Westford in our Cat Track series, giving folks a window into the Westford community.
Who are you going to most miss from your hometown? Like a teacher specifically, or?
Yeah, I would say I'm going to miss Mr. Towers the most. He's the teacher that I'm probably closest with. I have so many teachers who I'm going to miss.
We broadcast live from the high school football field for the first time ever at a socially distanced annual town meeting, and then did it again 2 months later for a special town meeting.
All those in favor of amending the zoning bylaw, as indicated, please raise your cards in the air.
When Westford Academy's class of 2020 decided that they wanted to have a graduation ceremony on the field with limited attendance, we streamed the event live on YouTube for all the family members who couldn't be there in person.
Megan Grace Wagner.
And when the Parish Center for the Arts wanted to find a way to hold their annual Christmas concert, we ran an 800-foot fiber optic cable through the town center to enable a live stream that was watched by hundreds of people.
Staff sure have been busy. What have the members made?
Many of our members have adapted to the remote workflow, and they've continued producing great content.
Tell me why we must quarantine. This stinks.
Nancy, our favorite former board member and a volunteer with the Medical Reserve Corps, lifted our spirits in early May with the Stay Well anthem.
While we're stuck inside, no one goes. This virus flows.
The Ed Cohen Variety Show skipped a beat at the start of the pandemic, but as soon as our studio was open to the public, Ed was back with more shtick.
We have the lovely Rebecca Schul from Milwaukee, CBS 58. Okay, give her a hand. Come on. Where are the kids back there? Hi. I guess they're not working today.
We integrated video calls into our studio setup, so guests can now appear on the show live via webcam. A number of our producers started making shows from home using their webcams, including Jack's Personal Finance Playbook.
Each week, if this is your first webinar Wednesday, just so you know, we do this each week on various financial topics: college, retirement, managing debt, budgeting, cash flow.
Our state representative, Jim, produced several episodes of his show from the Hill using a fully remote workflow.
Everybody's healthy, thank goodness, but I have 9 in my household.
Wow.
So we're almost at the limit at 10.
Nina came in over the summer to help us understand Russian culture with her show Russia Then and Now.
But the Day of the Navy is known to many Russians because at this time, grand events are organized throughout the country.
and Erica and Sarah from Bridges took advantage of our remote recording capabilities to make informational PSAs for their memory care community.
It's been a long few months, and I know it's been trying for all of you as it has been for us. We're very excited to be able to come back and talk to you a little bit about how we're doing and some of our offerings that might be of help for you all.
We also saw the first episodes of a new religious series called Passages, produced by Pastor Jonathan from the Cornerstone Congregational Church.
Well, the part of Christmas that's so exciting is that not only did God find favor with Mary, but God has found favor with you also.
And last but not least, we worked with a great group of students from Westford Academy to record and live stream high school sports games, including basketball, soccer, and field hockey.
For 3. Let's go!
That's a lot to be proud of.
We like to think so. We're going well above the normal mission of public access, helping to keep Westford from becoming a news desert and proving our value as a community service. But there's a reason local news is struggling all across the country. It's expensive to make, and we give it away for free at a time when our whole industry is facing revenue shortfalls as more people drop their cable service in favor of online streaming media, because the negotiations that created public access television were signed long before internet media even existed. We're extremely lucky to have a group of members dedicated to the task of raising funds to keep our local news service running. They raised over $15,000 for the station last year by holding auctions and organizing Dine for a Cause events with our favorite local restaurants. But if we don't keep fundraising, we might not be able to keep up such a high level of service. 2020 was a hard year for all of us, but if you're lucky enough to be secure in your finances, please consider becoming a member, sponsoring the station or one of our shows, participating in one of our fundraisers, or making a donation. At WestfordCAT, we are your friends and neighbors, making media about Westford, for Westford, with the generous support of our members and viewers like you. Thanks for tuning in.
Wait, where can I find out more about the station? Sign up as a member, see more of your shows.
You can find our website with information about the station and our membership offerings at westfordcat.org, where you'll also find a PayPal donation button. To watch shows created by our staff and producers, click the on-demand link on our website to check out our brand new streaming site, or find our channel on YouTube by searching for WestfordCAT. For local news and information, go to westfordcatnews.org and subscribe to the daily newsletter. And as always, our local channels are available on Comcast and Verizon, as well as streaming live online through our website. Thank you for supporting local media.
Well, I know what I'm doing with my stimulus check.